We continue reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we are reading from the forward. The Madhya Lila, the longest of the three divisions, narrates in detail Lord Chaitanya's extensive and eventful travels throughout India as a renounced mendicant, teacher, philosopher, spiritual preceptor, and mystic. So yesterday we read that Chaitanya Charitamrita is divided into three parts. The Adi Leela, which deals with the pastimes of the Lord in his earlier years. Then the Madhya Leela. Madhya Leela is more with the pastimes where he's traveling. He travels to South India, throughout India, but then he goes onto the south and then he comes back. And then all his experiences, where he goes, who he visits, who does he meet, it's in this Madhya Leela. During this period of 6 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu transmits his teachings to his principal disciples. He debates and converts many of the renowned philosophers and theologians of his time, including Shankarites, Buddhists, and Muslims, and incorporates their many thousands of followers and disciples into his own burgeoning numbers. So when Lord Chaitanya was traveling, he was everywhere, he was making people into devotees, irrespective of what faith they were following at that time. Everyone was so attracted to Lord Chaitanya that they were becoming devotees by the thousands. The author also includes in this section a dramatic account of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's miraculous activities at the giant Ratha Yatra, car festival in Jagannath Puri, Orissa. Yeah, this is very, very sweetly, it's narrated by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami about the Rath Yatra and how Lord Chaitanya is reciprocating with Jagannath. The Antya Leela concerns the last 18 years of Sri Chaitanya's presence spent in semi-seclusion near the famous Jagannath temple in Puri. So after Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, by the request of his mother, he was staying in Jagannath Puri. And then the first 6 years, he was traveling. Then after that, then he stayed in Jagannath Puri for 18 years. And then at that time, then he was more with his very confidential devotees. During these final years, Sri Krishna Chaitanya drifted deeper and deeper into trances of spiritual ecstasy, unparalleled in all of religious and literary history, Eastern or Western. His perpetual and ever-increasing religious beatitude graphically described in the eyewitness accounts of Swarup Damodar Goswami, his constant companion during this period, clearly defy the investigative and descriptive abilities of modern psychologists and phenomenologists of religious experience. So towards the later part of Lord Chaitanya's years that he was here, he was so much in ecstasy, in separation from Krishna. And all these wonderful, wonderful activities are all recorded in this Antya Leela. And they were, the eyewitnesses, Swarup Damodar Goswami, he was there and he has recorded it in his diary. And that's how this Chaitanya Charitamrita is coming from the diary of Murari Gupta and Swarup Damodar Goswami. The author of this great classic, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, born around the beginning of 16th century, was a disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami, a confidential follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was there in the 16th century. So it's not very long ago, you know. And his spiritual master is Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das, a renowned ascetic saint, heard and memorized all the activities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to him by Swarup Damodar Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami was living for some time with Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri under the shelter of Swarup Damodar Goswami. And Swarup Damodar Goswami would keep speaking to Raghunath Das Goswami about Lord Chaitanya. So Raghunath Das Goswami knew a lot of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. And he went to Vrindavan. He was so affected by the separation of Lord Chaitanya that he went to Vrindavan to give up his life. But then the other Goswamis told them, no, you know so much about Lord Chaitanya. Please tell us those things, those pastimes. And then Raghunath Das Goswami would tell them about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. After the passing away of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar, Raghunath Das, unable to bear the pain of separation from these objects of his complete devotion, traveled to Vrindavan, intending to commit suicide by jumping from Govardhan Hill. In Vrindavan, however, he encountered Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami, two of the most confidential disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we have on the altar the picture of the 6 Goswamis, and then 2 of the prominent Goswamis are Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami. They convinced him to give up his planned suicide and impelled him to reveal to them the spiritually inspiring events of Lord Chaitanya's later life. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was also residing in Vrindavan at this time, and Raghunath Das Goswami endowed him with a full comprehension of the transcendental life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can see that all that is recorded of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in Chaitanya Charitamrita are bona fide. They are coming from pure devotees who had personal association of Lord Chaitanya. It is not made up. It's not fictionary. It's not imaginary. These are true pastimes of the Lord. By this time, contemporary and near contemporary scholars and devotees had already written several biographical works on the life of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These included Sri Chaitanya Charita by Murari Gupta, Chaitanya Mangal by Lochan Das Thakur, and Chaitanya Bhagavat. This latter work by Vrindavan Das Thakur, who was then considered the principal authority on Sri Chaitanya's life, was highly revered. So Chaitanya Bhagavat was written by Vrindavan Das Thakur, and Vrindavan Das Thakur is the Vyasadeva of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. As Srila Vyasadeva 5,000 years ago recorded Krishna's pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, similarly Vrindavan Das Thakur recorded Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in Chaitanya Bhagavat. While composing his important work, Vrindavan Das, fearing that it would become too voluminous, avoided elaborately describing many of the events of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life, particularly the later ones. Anxious to hear of these later pastimes, the devotees in Vrindavan requested Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, whom they respected as a great saint and scholar, to compose a book narrating these episodes in detail. So all the Goswamis and the devotees, they wanted to know about Lord Chaitanya's later pastimes because not enough was recorded in Chaitanya Bhagavat. And then they requested Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to compose this. Upon this request, and with the permission and blessings of the Madan Mohan deity of Vrindavan, he began compiling Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which, due to its literary excellence and philosophical thoroughness, is today universally regarded as the foremost work on the life and profound teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami commenced work on the text at a very advanced age and in failing health, as he vividly describes in the text himself. I have now become too old and disturbed by invalidity. While writing, my hands tremble. I cannot remember anything, nor can I see or hear properly. Still, I write, and this is a great wonder. That he completed the greatest literary gem of medieval India under such debilitating conditions is surely one of the wonders of literary history. So we can see how the devotees, they don't care about their physical health, how they are old, they're taking so much difficulty for our benefit, to leave these treasures behind for us. You know, he was very old, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He could not barely see also, and yet he was writing and writing. So we could take advantage. Of course, the devotees told him that they wanted to hear Srimad Bhagavat, Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, but he could have just told it to them. He didn't need to write it. So, but for us, otherwise, how would we know the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya? So we should endeavor to read these books. And Srila Prabhupada took so much pains to translate these books for us. Even though his health was failing also, he was lying down invalid, not able to move or do anything. Yet he was giving the purports to Srimad Bhagavatam. Then the devotees had to almost put the microphone into his mouth to be able to hear. But his consciousness was so clear and his purports are so beautiful. So maybe we can stop here for today. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hare Hare Krishna.